All I know is, he said, I tried to go back to camp one night and I was tired. I'm going back to camp. I'm going to sleep. I'm tired. He's like, you never want to ride. Let's go ride. I was like, okay. He made
Now,
it.
let me stop you. Let me stop right there. As soon as he said, all right, let's go, that's when you go back to the camp because he is fixing to take you places that bikes are not meant to go.
I was having a good time. I knew I was going to make it.
And he knew it. And he took us down a path that the first hole was the worst hole that Nakia's ever been in.
Think about
the first hole the one that
yes.
he got stuck in?
60 yards in, baby. I told him I wanted to go back. But he didn't want to, so I was like, okay.
And he had that look in his eye like, I'm telling you.
Hello, boys, and welcome back to another podcast episode of The Outlaw Way. It's going to be a pretty fun one here, actually, because I'm the only one that knows the topic, and I'm just going to spring it on Cheeto and Tyler over here. It's going to be a pretty good one.
Tyler's back.
Oh, yeah, Tyler Stewart. He finally showed back
Tyler
up.
Stewart.
The fish,
about 3 or 4 months.
Yeah,
fish
Tyler
weren't
Stewart.
biting, so fuck it.
Tyler, our Ron Jr.
Here we go. We're going to keep this in a quick one, too. So you only got one chance at this. You only got one chance to answer the question that I have, and you've got to fucking answer it in the most business savvy way you can. I'll go first to kind of lead off. Anheuser-Busch business model. How fucking bad did it get? Hear me out. I went to the beer store the other day, and the only thing you can fucking buy is Bud Light, Coors, and shit like that because everything else is sold out. Bud Light kind of fucked up with the whole trans thing because they just rolled it out real quick like. But hear me out. I'm not going to talk about the trans shit, but I will tell you how to fix it. Okay? Everybody knows Caitlyn Jenner, right? You take a 12-pack. They already got the fucking business model as to where the Coors Light, the mountains get blue, right? You put Kris Jenner on the front when the cans are hot, and you put Caitlyn Jenner on them when they turn cold. That's how you fucking fix this right there.
That's a damn good idea, but
I'm telling you what.
man, why you had to start with this subject?
I'm telling you, man. So I keep seeing it everywhere, and really, you see a lot of stuff on social media, and, you know, it's always dramatic this, dramatic that. But when you go to a beer store, and the only beer that they do have fully in stock is the Anheuser-Busch product currently because everybody's in such a fucking hissy fit about it.
Well, let me lay the foundation.
Makes an impact.
Let me lay the foundation first that you have the right to be whatever you want to be.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Whoever you want to be, and that's great. My issue is, why does it have to be in everybody's face?
Oh, yeah, it got wild.
I mean, okay, you're a dude and you want to be a girl, be a girl. Go home, wear panties, do whatever you do. You want to be a girl day at Budweiser? Be a girl day. Why does it have to go public and push in your face to the point where you got a boycott and the boycotting? What is that about?
That's the crazy thing, and they're not. So I've seen some products and items boycotted over the years of my life, but I have never seen
what doesn't make
mass
sense
boycott
to me
like
though
this.
is like Bud Light. You would think like the trans, the Democrats, and all of them would be just all for that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's who voted for our president. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Obviously, there's way more Republicans and people right-minded that more or less think the way we do because they wouldn't be struggling so bad right now. Bud Light.
Well, I'm saying, like, why are you selective? Like, you're pissed off at Bud Light because they went woke, but you're riding around in a Ford. Ford went woke 2 years ago.
You're right. They went woke, but they kept on their same old shit. But see, when the Anheuser-Busch guys, they went full fucking rollout wild shit.
I mean, they
went full on.
They fired the whole damn marketing.
They
everybody.
Did. They didn't left it to one person. So I just Googled it just to make sure I was right. Do either of y'all know how much money they lost in a 7-day span after it happened? Take a wild guess.
400-something million?
No.
Billions?
4.562 billion.
Yeah,
in 7 days.
I'd have fired that motherfucker too. I'd have sent his ass down the hallway.
But
how
the
does
conversation
something like that
is
even go out without being
who the fuck reviewed this one?
Yeah.
Well, either way though, but the question is of this podcast is you're in the situation. It's already happened. Not shit you can do about it, whether you're for it or not. How do you fix it right now? One swift move. What's your fucking go-to to completely and totally 180 this and get you back on top of the market?
I think I would have to go to Trump and Biden.
You think
I'd
so?
have to kind of do the same thing that you're talking about with Bruce and Caitlyn, but have to do like a Trump and a Biden deal, or some kind of play on somebody famous or something.
You got to do something. You got to go to LeBron James, give him
Michael
$10 million
Jordan.
to put a fucking whip on
Go get
and put a
Michael Jordan.
WNBA right below it.
Hey, what's the kid's name that shot up Wisconsin in the
You're
riot?
fucking tanking the business
Yeah,
again.
he went and got Kyle.
I know. Yeah, we're putting Kyle on the can. You know, we're getting it back.
I think you're onto something though. We go get Michael Jordan.
Put him a wig on and
we
write
put a wig on
WNBA.
and put him. This is Michael's sister.
Yeah,
And, you know,
twin sister.
you got to. At this point, you've already stepped in dog shit.
You got to roll with
So
it.
you have to just keep walking.
You cannot
you can't
backpedal.
stop.
You cannot
So
backpedal.
the
at
worst
all.
thing you can do right now is come out and say we're going to end wokeism. You can't do that.
You can't do that. You cannot stop what you've already started at this level.
I still
So
don't
you've gotta roll
understand
with
why
it.
it's got to be in everybody's face. 20 years ago, 40 years ago, 60 years ago, everybody acts like this is new. This is not new. The difference is we didn't discuss it.
Yeah.
When you were born, you were a kid. You lived on a street somewhere in America. Tyler, you did too.
Yeah.
We all did. In the evenings, when you got home from school, you went out and played with kids.
Tyler lived in a boat, actually.
No.
But you went outside and you played with kids. That's it.
Yeah.
You didn't know color. You didn't know race. You didn't know religion. You didn't know whether he was a girl, boy. You didn't give a shit. You
Yep.
play with kids.
That's all it is.
At some point, they started breaking it down and telling you and pushing a narrative on you. There's a reason for that. I don't know what it is, but there's a reason for the divide. There's a reason to highlight this political party this decade and highlight this political party this.
End of the
It's
day,
a
it's all
fucking
about
game.
money.
It's a
End of the
fucking
day,
game.
it's just money.
And it's a soap opera, and you can watch it from whichever angle you want to. And we don't talk about shit on this podcast, so I'm not going to get deep into it, but I just think it's bullshit.
Well, see, that's the crazy thing is every single beer platform, Michelob Ultra, Budweiser, Coors Light, Bud Light, they've all already done this.
Yeah, they've
done it years ago.
And you've been drinking the shit.
And everybody's been drinking the shit. Absolutely no problems.
I'm a gun guy. Tim
Yeah.
McGraw came out against the NRA. Eric Church came out against the NRA.
Yeah, still listen to the same fucking playlist.
Luke Combs came out with Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
All this stuff. I don't go burn my shit.
Exactly.
I might not get a future ticket. I might not give them extra money.
So you're saying you wouldn't buy the Bud Light? That's the same kind of parameter.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it depends on the circumstance and everything else. But if a Tim McGraw song comes on the radio while I'm driving, I don't wrap my truck around a telephone pole and catch it on fire and walk away. Fuck Tim McGraw.
Exactly.
It's
My
kinda
big
crazy.
thing is a lot of these people are changing the beer that they drink solely on something that has nothing to do with them directly.
Well, I'll give him another challenge. You remember the beer challenge on TikTok a couple months back? I said, I can nail this shit like all day long. So I had Bud Light, Miller Lite, Natural Light, Michelob Ultra, Budweiser, and Coors.
Yeah, like 7 out of 9 of them motherfuckers are Anheuser-Busch.
Now, I got Bud Light.
Yeah,
That's the only beer I got.
really.
And that was a fucking guess. They all tasted exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
When I got done with the test, I flipped the box around and looked at the cans and then tasted them, and they tasted like I remembered them tasting.
Yep, got to see it.
Your seeing has got something. So you're not switching beer. Just go drink. If you drink beer, drink beer.
Exactly. A big thing is I saw somebody, I'm not drinking no more Bud Light. I'm switching over to Michelob Ultra. And somebody else had to let them know, like, hey, just want to let you know, that's the same fucking company. You're just, a lot of people don't understand that.
One guy owns everything.
In 2 years from now, nobody will fucking hardly remember this shit at all.
I get some of it. Like there was a guy that Jack Daniels did something, and he got pissed off and he got rid of all his Jack Daniels shit. But he had hundreds of thousands of dollars invested. He had the mirrors, antique bottles,
Everything.
all that stuff. When
Why
Nike
have something
came
you like
out
that
with
much?
Colin Kaepernick and they started kneeling at the national anthem,
Mm-hmm.
I gave all my Nike stuff, brand new shocks, everything, to homeless people.
Yeah.
And I went and bought a different brand. I didn't burn this shit.
No.
I didn't destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
I did give it away because I didn't support that message.
Yeah.
But they're taking this shit too far.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, though, nothing of it will fucking really matter.
It's a social media world. They're just trying to get a fucking video to go viral or something.
Exactly. And I'll tell you what, I think the demographic
We're probably going to
that
get some
they
hate
were,
on this, but
the demic that they were trying to inclusify or whatever you want to call it, doesn't even drink their beer. That's the craziest thing.
and here's the thing. So who made them go
Talk
woke?
about the gays.
Well, just all the people that they
I
tried
don't-
to include don't even drink their beer.
Yeah, I don't think he called them the gays
The
anymore.
gays. Tyler, sponsored by Monster Energy. Tyler,
Whatever they're called.
They're people.
they're people, Tyler.
Well,
They're
that's
people.
what I meant, you know.
Yeah. But I want to know.
You like the neighbors.
Aside from
they're
all
the
that,
dicks.
you get. Fuck. You get one chance. You get one chance. You got one fucking plan. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Whole 180. Bring the fucking market value back. Me personally, I'm fucking rolling with it. Getting somebody famous.
That
And
was
fucking
my
going
thing.
with it.
Who went woke? Who made Budweiser and Anheuser-Busch? Who made them go woke?
Well, they've been that way for years.
Okay, that one person or two people or how many of them? Did they all lose their job, houses, cars,
No, they
everything?
did not. It's one woman. She came out with a
Okay.
video on their pages.
So you went out and you quit buying the product and you destroyed all the products you had and you're boycotting the hell out of them, and it did not affect the person that made him do it.
because they cannot release somebody in the position that made that decision because it will look worse than sticking with it.
It's a social media world and everybody's trying to hit a home run.
Yep.
If this would have been a newspaper world or a radio world, we'd have never heard about this.
Never heard about it.
So, Tyler, what would you do to the gays?
Well, like I said before, I think that they're already in such deep shit. There's no, like you said, there's no turning back.
Oh, you can't backpedal. You've got to fucking keep on trucking.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't. You can't
You
turn
just-
around and stop what you're doing. You got to keep going.
And I got to precedent this stuff with the fact that nobody on this panel is prejudiced.
No,
I was raised by a gay mother. I've been around the whole spectrum. We could sit here for hours and go to this story. But so I just wanted to put that out there before everybody starts hitting our comments with like, oh, he was
no, I'm still very confused why you chop your dick off. But go ahead.
Well, I'm confused by it, but
I'm very
if that's your decision, then by all means, fucking get you a Ginzu.
No, I would like to have a conversation. I'm like, and how did it feel? I want to know.
There's only one person that can tell you.
Who?
Scott Peterson.
Scott Peterson.
Not Scott Peterson. What was the dude's name? Bobbitt.
Bobby, what the fuck are you talking about?
Lorena Bobbitt. She cut his dick off and threw it out the window. He cheated on her, and he went to sleep, and she cut off his dick. Like, below the head, cut it off. And then left with it in her hand.
Damn.
And was driving down the road and just tossed it out. And they found it and put it back on.
God, they put it back
way.
on.
Put it
Yeah.
back on?
You got to, what was the dude's name? It was Lorena Bobbitt was her name, but his name was like Scott or something like that. It was in the 90s.
That's wild.
It's the only guy I ever know to his dick off.
That's wild.
Well, I mean,
I wonder if he still pees straight.
I don't
Probably not. Probably crooked.
Probably pees in a
got a little
catheter.
turn in it.
Yeah. He's hitting spots we couldn't even fucking imagine because of the stitches he got.
Oh, yeah. He's like a shotgun.
That's fucking wild. Either way, we're 12 minutes in. You got to keep going. We're going for 30 minutes here.
Oh, we can do 30 minutes.
You want to do another fucking? We can do another question.
We
Hey,
gotta,
another
do
we
question.
gotta get
question.
on another topic.
I got another topic. Okay, Monster Man. The gays over there.
Hey, I don't have any problem with gays.
What are you doing
I got
Saturday night
family
at
that are
7?
gay.
Watching the gays.
Watching the gays. That's fucking rough right there.
Yeah, that's
Tyler,
funny.
well, you ain't been in one of our fucking questions here in a little while. You know, we used to do the could you take a grizzly bear or would you fight a swarm of chickens? Obviously chickens. But let's think of another one. If you only got one chance, you're in a closed room, let's say a 20 by 20. It's not a very big room. You got to be locked in there with one person, okay, for 30 straight days. Don't worry about food, bathroom, none of that. You got all that. But you got to stay in that room for 30 days with that fucking person. And it has to be the person that you hate the absolute fucking most in the world.
Yeah, drop his name. Skeet, skeet.
Would you do it for $10,000? 10 grand
For 30 days? Fuck no. I can make way more money in 30
No.
days.
No, you wouldn't do it?
Not for 10.
10 grand, 30 days. You still get to have your phone. You still get to do whatever you want to, but you
Oh,
got to
wait a
stay in
minute.
that
I
room.
can still make money?
You can
So
still do
we're-
whatever the
so
fuck you
we're-
want to do,
so-
but you have to stay in that room 20 by 20 with that person for 30 straight days. If you are awake, you are with that person in that room.
I could make the
And we
money.
have like TV and stuff like that. I mean, we're just
Yeah,
chilling.
just whatever. You
I can
can't
make
leave the
the
room.
money I already make and make an extra 10 grand.
cannot
I just
leave the
gotta stay in
room.
Well, I don't really hate anybody that much,
Nah,
so.
nobody.
Person I
And
hate.
in all honestly, I could probably handle it.
Person I hate, nope. I'd make it to day 6 and I'd catch a felony. So I'm out. I'd pay 10 grand to not go.
The person I hate the most.
Mhm.
I can think of 2. I don't know if one of them's still alive, but
I have a
I
list.
wouldn't-
You can ask my wife. I have a list of mortal enemies
I wouldn't
that I
make-
will never forgive for anything.
well, there's only 2 that I like. Hate. There's a lot that I don't like, but I wouldn't make it.
You wouldn't make it? See, I don't differentiate between small dislike and absolute fucking hate.
I think I would do it just to be put into the room with the person, and as soon as the door's shut, beat the GPS off that motherfucker.
I'm just saying. I don't think I could do it. I wouldn't do it. I'd probably make it like 3 or 4 days for sure. And then we'd get in an argument because I would try to ignore them.
Why would you even do the 3 or 4 days if you knew you weren't going to make it? Just whoop their ass right out of the gate and walk out the room.
I'd have to try and see how far I can make it. Like the welds that I have on my rear trailing on my Defender, I didn't even change that motherfucker. We're just going to go to this park this weekend, and I'm going to see how long they're going to make it.
We got to talk about these rides. This dude is in flip-flops, shorts, Crocs, with a T-shirt on, underneath a JTX's booth tent with a MIG welder flux core hooked up to a generator, putting his bike back together so he can ride.
I seen that weld. You forgot to replace it, didn't you? Are you going to run it this week?
Fuck yeah, I'm going to run it this week.
Oh, yeah, you got to R&D it now.
What's the chance of it holding
That's probably
up?
the strongest part of the bike.
You probably got a better chance of that holding up than Chip's even getting off the trailer.
60-40. 60-40.
Old Faithful been running, bro.
I heard it breaks down every event.
Oh, yeah. I send it every time.
Well, realistically, I feel like we all break down at least once an event, but it's always something small and minuscule. Like my X3 right now, it's got a broken front right axle. And I'm just change that when I get to the park. It'll take me 45 minutes.
Well, I mean, I can... we can go to the park and I can ease around and watch other people do stuff. Yeah. And
what happened to Nacho's? Did he total? Is his totaled?
He took a left turn.
Nacho, let me tell you what happened to Nacho. I don't know if I've told you this story. So Nacho, we was down there at Mud
Speaking
Nationals.
of Nacho, he's in England.
Oh, he had a grandbaby.
Where his son is stationed, had his first grandchild. So he'll be...
We might not could talk about it because I heard
couple of podcasts,
tell
but he'll be
his
back.
Insurance agent something different.
No, insurance turned him down. So
insurance turned him down.
Do whatever you want to do there.
I told him to set that bitch on fire and call it a day, but he wouldn't do it. He doesn't even have insurance on the goddamn thing. He has insurance on his home, and that's on his homeowner's insurance. So you got to have insurance.
I would have sent that bitch into a tree so I was chasing the cow.
All I know is he said, I tried to go back to camp one night, and I was tired. We'd been there for like 5 fucking days. I was like, fuck this. I'm going back to camp. I'm going to sleep. I'm tired. He's like, you never want to ride. Let's go ride. I was like, okay, well, let's fucking go ride. Let's do this shit. He made it.
Now, let me stop you. Let me stop right there.
And he said that you made it through that whole
At this point, if you know John, like we know John, as soon as he said, all right, bitch, let's go. That's when you go back to the camp because he is fixing to take you places that bikes are not meant to fucking go.
I was having a good time. I knew I was going to make it.
And he knew it. And he took us down a path that the first hole was the worst hole that Nakia's ever been in. And it was the easiest hole on the entire trail that he had us on.
Think about
the first hole the one that
yes.
he got stuck in?
60 yards in, baby. I told him I wanted to go back. But he didn't want to, so I was like, okay.
And he had that look in his eye like, telling you.
What was the... obviously, yours is a bigger...
Well, he got into a hole.
Has wider, like a...
It's wider, taller, got more horsepower, like the whole thing.
Got a better driver.
But he got into the hole, and he got off of the main track. He got onto fresh mud and sunk. There was a tree down there.
And he got wrapped up in a tree.
He got wrapped up in the tree trying to work his way out.
Turned into a nightmare.
Me and John are already through it on the other side.
We're like 80 yards, 100 yards up, out of the way. There's like 12 fucking people back there with him.
You see him stuck. You see all the bikes around him pulling him. Okay, they're going to have him out in a minute. Everybody's coming this way. So we just sit there and wait.
Yeah. Then it turned into 30 minutes, and he still wasn't out.
So we drove down there, and we looked, and they got 6 bikes hooked to him.
Oh, they were fucking the shit all up.
6?
And I told him, I said, Nakia, hook it down low. Hook it low. He can't hear me. I'm hollering at him. Hook it low. He finally hears me and he hollers back, I am, but they keep moving it. And I was like, well, tell them not to move it. I don't know, Then he comes back and tells us that we abandoned him.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't abandon. We watched the whole thing. We watched them bend his shit.
I have most of it in 4K, actually.
So it bent the whole frame.
Well, they had instead of getting behind him and pulling him up and out, they spread out around him like in a half moon and pulled him from every angle. And a specific guy had just released a brand new pulley that is essentially a
snatch block.
A snatch block. And he's on the side of him, snatching his ass to the side while they're pulling him back and the tree's holding the bike. And something had to give.
So his frame went. Long story short, though, when I want to go to sleep, I'm tired and I would like to go back. So, yeah.
If you talk to John about anything, the podcast, lunch, cherry pie. It don't matter. If he has any form of gleam, like he's going to talk to you about it, he's going to engage, then you're okay. But if he immediately changes the subject or gets away from it, don't go back in there because you ain't going to like it when he takes you back in it.
I got one fucking track, okay, and I'm on that motherfucker. And he wanted to change it, and we did, and then, you know, there we are.
I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to go either. Let's go ride. We're good.
So
I
does
don't
he
want to go to
even
bed. No,
have
I'm
a
going to sleep.
UTV now?
Okay.
Does he even have a side-by-side now?
Yeah, it's
He's got
in
3 of 'em.
87 pieces in the back fucking room back
He's got 3 of them.
Because one frame's in the floor, the other frame's outside, and the other frame's somewhere else.
He
But,
actually found he found 2 frames down south. A fire department had them, and the fire department, they must have a different type of insurance.
oh, yeah,
because
fuck yeah.
They did something and they ripped the front bumper off.
Yeah.
So it pulled the bolts through. That's an easy fix.
Yeah.
Totaled it. Polaris sends them a new frame. That frame arrives and the center that holds the seat has a little piece of metal like this holds the headrest.
Mm-hmm.
It was slightly bent. Denied. Frame
Well, I
fucking
bet
done.
you that their side-by-sides are used for recovery of people.
Maybe.
And for insurance purposes, I bet they have to have a 100% non-modified.
Well, he
safe.
got 2 frames down south for a few $100.
Yep.
He went down there.
That's
and
a
got
good deal.
them.
That was a good deal.
They're a good deal. And on the way back, Polaris called and said, "Hey, we're shipping you a new frame." So he's got a brand new frame from Polaris back there, and he's got 2 brand new frames that just need a little tap. So we gave 2 to Jake, and Jake's going to take them and do some
Well, R&D.
a little R&D for our possible future with Polaris there.
I got you. Well, either way, though.
Speaking of that, we are. What we got? We got South Carolina coming up. We've
Yep, South
got,
Carolina Adventure World. We're going to post this podcast this Thursday?
We'll post it this Friday, so we will be
at Carolina Adventure Park in
Carolina
Winsboro,
Adventure
South
Park.
Carolina by the time this podcast
Yeah,
posts.
we're going to leave here in the morning, head up there, so that's going to be a good time. If you're in the area, come out. We're going to have some special guests that come with us that don't normally come with us. We're not going to spill the beans yet, but
Yeah.
also going to do a giveaway at this one. I've got a really nice Pelican cooler, brand new. I got
that's
some other
fancy.
stuff. Me and you will figure out a way to give it away at the booth or something. So we're going to have
Shit,
some giveaways and give away some hats, some shirts.
Hey, maybe
stuff
we'll
like
get
that.
lucky and the gays will come by.
Hey, have you seen him lately?
Tyler, have you?
guys?
Yeah, he's been working out.
I haven't seen him.
No, you have not? Okay.
With that mustache, I thought you did.
That's fucking rough right there.
You don't like it?
And I love
I thought
it.
y'all liked it.
At least highlighted tips.
I mean, it makes you look more.
distinguished.
Um,
Older.
let me just see. It makes you look like you fish from the middle of the boat.
From the middle. No trolling motor, just
You got a paddle in one hand. You just
standing on the ice chest.
getting it, boy.
No, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Yeah. I mean, I was
should
kind
let-
of
But
going.
you're standing on like a.
I'm kind of going for that.
You're
though.
You should
standing-
let this happen.
You're standing on a. What's like a mediocre cooler?
in Igloo.
No, Igloos kind of
Ozark.
revive themselves.
You can get Ozark.
Mm.
That was
I
pretty
think
nice,
more like
though.
a Cambridge or
Coleman.
something.
Coleman. There you go.
You're standing on a Coleman
Coleman's down
cooler.
there. And if it
that
ain't a
your
fucking
grandpa
slide
bought.
stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got that hat on.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
getting it.
You and this old hat.
Man, Monster has some of the ugliest fucking hats.
They do.
Well,
I know
I
you got to
can't- I
wear it.
can't agree.
I know you got
I
a
like
contract
their
and
hats.
everything, but I
Not
don't
for
think
me.
you do. I think you like the.
I mean, best fucking
sponsorship.
hats. Best fucking hats they got's the ones we sell.
These good looking hats.
I don't know.
Fucking
that.
right.
I mean, there ain't no doubt that.
Man, look at that camo, baby.
Yeah,
Camo.
that's
Look
pretty
at
sick.
this. Looks like
Fucking-
Tiger Woods' cousin's hat,
Tiger
Well,
Woods.
Tiger Woods does. He is sponsored by Monster.
and he does.
so
have
Of course
some
he
good
is.
hats.
It could be. his
Tiger Woods is
cousin's hat.
sponsored by whatever the fuck he wants to be sponsored by, whenever the fuck he wants to be
Except for his
sponsored by.
ex-wife.
Oh,
His
shit.
ex-wife.
She probably ain't mad either. She gets
know,
a fucking alimony
Hey,
check.
I heard the Ron White joke the other day about that.
Yeah.
And it puts it in perspective for me. So he said his neighbor cheated on his wife, and his wife got pissed. He's like, he cheated on her, da 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 da. And he's like, well, you didn't get mad when Tiger did it. And she's like, no, I didn't get mad when Tiger did it. He said, well, let me explain it to you. Tiger had 80,000 women throw it at him.
Yeah.
And he only slept with 18,000. This guy had one girl throw it at him, and he slept with her. Tiger's got better odds. Like, I was like,
I heard a
did
Tiger
see
Woods
that.
and John Daly story the other day, as a matter of fact. And John Daly said that they were at a course one time. The tournament was tomorrow. And him and his buddies were in there. Him, Phil Mickelson, and a couple of those guys getting absolutely fucking plastered. It was 1 o'clock during the day.
Yeah, John
Tiger,
Daly wakes
yep.
up drunk.
Tiger Woods comes through. John Daly hollers at him, says, "Hey, you want to come drink with us? Come over here, have a good time." Tiger says, "No, I got to go get his balls." 2 hours later, he comes back. John Daly says, "Hey, Tiger, come on. Let's go, have a drink with us, blah, blah, blah." Tiger's like, No, sorry. I got to go work out. Tiger comes back 2 hours later. John Daly's been at the bar for 6, 7 hours, 8 hours. He's fucking hammered, piss drunk with all the other golf guys out there. He's like, "Tiger, come on. Come drink a beer with us. Come have a good time." Tiger's like, "John, if I was experienced and as good as you at this, I'd be doing exactly what you're doing. But I got to get out there and I got to put this work in. I got to be clear-headed tomorrow, so I got a chance at beating you." The next day, tournament day, John Daly beats Tiger Woods by 16 shots with a hangover, throwing up at half of the course. Okay, so there's a little life lesson.
Pure talent.
Just get fucked up. Just get fucked up and wing it.
No, it's pure talent.
There's a lot of guys on
John
Twitter
Daly
say
is probably
that.
one of the most talented people.
You know what
At golf.
separates the poor from the middle class?
What's that?
Talent.
Poor from the middle class? I was going to say
Poor
money.
from the middle class is talent. The middle class to upper class
Uh-huh.
is talent and drive. And then the upper class to the wealthy
Yep, pure shithouse dumb
is
luck.
talent, drive, and ambition.
I operate off pure shithouse luck. That's what I do.
You got drive and ambition. How late do you stay up making videos and coming up with plots and coming up with scenes? And
I was up
putting,
at
you know,
12:15 last night, watching videos about kittens with
shipping
hats on.
stickers, shipping hats, shipping shirts, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not starting at 8:05
Yeah.
and stopping at 4:55.
I don't know.
No, he started
And you're
at
not 5 days a
9:30.
week,
It
and
started
you
at
don't know the
3:30.
difference between Tuesday and Friday. And when you can't tell what day it is, and you just ran a 21-hour day every day that week or 19 hours that week, you're tired as fuck, that's when you know you're separating yourself. You're fuck. What did Steve Harvey say? Rich people don't sleep.
Rich people don't sleep. That's the truth.
That's why Tyler's got that mustache.
That's why
Separate.
I'm
That's what
not
I'm talking
rich.
about.
Separating himself.
Shit fire, Tyler. I think you should keep the mustache going. For fuck's sake, I hope somebody comments about your mustache on this
Oh,
podcast.
you should see how many people
How many Ron
ask me
Jeremy
about
fans
it
are
on tour.
hitting this
Really?
up?
Oh, every day.
And we
Somebody
get off this
says something.
podcast, you need to Google Ron Jeremy.
You look like a whole different man.
Do I?
You do, 100%. If you let your hair grow out a little bit, good God.
I would look like I lived right down there.
I'm telling you, you would
If
look
he let
like
his hair
Ron
grow out, he
Jeremy.
wouldn't wear a hat.
That's fucking good shit.
Yeah, I'm
Well.
losing most of my hair.
God, man, that's fucking rough. Either
This
way,
was
though,
a quick podcast, so we're
that's a quick one. Anheuser fucking business plan went to shit. I don't know. I personally think they're gonna have to get a celebrity to turn this
Man, I
shit
think
around.
you got a good idea with the Caitlin Bruce or Michael.
Yeah, you take Bruce Jenner and when the fucking cans are hot, he's out there in his little Olympic running across the line. As soon as you pull him out of the fucking ice chest and they're cold as fuck, it's Caitlyn Jenner on there. That'd be
Remember
good
those
as fuck.
pins when we were in school that had the woman on it, and when you like shook them or something, she undressed.
No, see, I was in school 42 years after you, Cheeto.
Okay, so I'm the old guy now that Nacho's not here. I don't remember what she did. You didn't shake it, but I think when it got warm or something.
I got no fucking clue.
But anyway,
I don't know.
the mountains on the Coors can don't work.
They kind of work.
If it's in the fucking freezer, you can see it blue.
Yeah.
But as soon as you take it out of the freezer, it's a Coors can.
Yeah. Either way, though.
So I would want some technology behind. I want an LCD screen on my Budweiser. You know,
Damn, they ain't even fucking. They just lost $4.6 billion. You want to put an LED on that bitch?
they lost $4.6 billion. It's like you losing a 20.
Shit, I don't know.
I mean, it's a hit. Don't get me
I don't
wrong.
know.
But Anheuser-Busch, they got some money, Jack.
All I'm telling you is I'm kind of happy they did it because it has been the easiest fucking way to go get Michelob Ultra at the beer store for me because nobody else is buying the
The
shit.
dude that owns it, when he lost that $4 billion, he's like, damn. All right, what you want to do now?
I'm
Like,
telling
he
you.
didn't fucking panic. I promise you that.
Shit fire. Either way, though, guys, from the boss, Cheeto, and TStew, there's only one way, and that is
The outlaw way.
There it
The
is,
outlaw
boys.
way.
We'll catch you on the next one. Y'all have a good one. If y'all are in South Carolina, we'll be at Carolina Adventure World. Come
Come
see
hang
us. We're going to drink a beer. It might be a Bud Light if it's fucking free and cold.
We're going to send it.